welcome to the Dental Diaries podcast. I'm Dr. Jessica Emery, and today I am talking to Maria Luna from, her Instagram handle, Sweet Tooth by Luna. I am so excited to have you here today joining us.
Yay.
So we're going to talk all about you. I stumbled on your account during the quarantine time. I don't know how I did not see it prior to. I guess we're all racing through life and or how you popped up in front of me, but you had a painting that absolutely blew me away. It was so pretty. It's actually one, I think you sold it. Was that one of your first ones you sold?
Yeah, I think I remember which one that was the first painting that I decided to create and post and share. And it was the one with a lot of different colored hearts that I had posted and decided to put a sweet tooth on there. So and that one sold
right away, which I love. And I was in my head, I was we need to get this girl out there in front of everybody, because your art was it's so colorful and happy, and I don't know, it's just so unique, girly, smiley. I don't know. I mean,
you're so sweet. So with the art, that's kind of what was my intake for it. I wanted to go ahead and express myself, and I like a lot of cute stuff and fun. And the page, I am a dental hygienist, and I wanted to be able to express that passion out of me and also the artsy side of me. And so I think that's kind of where when I start painting, I just start expressing me, and it's playful, and that's kind of where I wanted this page to also go. Just a fun page. There's amazing pages out there that are extremely informative, and I have no problem also being informative, but I just wanted a fun, we're going to get away from dental, just chit chat and meet people. And so I wanted to do that through the art as well.
Yeah, it's nice to bring people, to make it a happy, fun place. I'm all about that. I am all about that, which is why I was so drawn to you and your brand, because like you said, you shine through it for sure. So going back, because you are a dental hygienist, going way back, childhood, were you interested in teeth back then?
No, so as a child, I've always loved art, always. So my first passion was fashion. So I thought I was going to be a fashion designer. So as a child, I sat there and I drew dresses, and I drew and I drew and I colored. And so all through junior high and high school and college, I took art. So I've been taking art for, I didn't go to art school, but I've always been taking art classes. Something that I liked. But dentistry is mostly I stumbled upon in high school. There was a career experience, and a teacher took a test, and I scored high in science, and she decided to place me in a dental office, which I was crossing my fingers to end up in a little fashion boutique because that's kind of where I wanted to go. And I think things happen for a reason, because as soon as I put my foot in that door, I knew that was it. It had me. I loved it. I loved everything about dentistry. So when I started there, the doctor had me doing sterilization only, and I was 17. Because I wasn't a dental assistant, it was just for experience and fun. So I started doing sterilization, and then he moved me to the front. So then I did front office work, and then I said, I don't want to leave. I love this. And he was having two girls at the same time working, and he chose me to stay permanently. So then I worked in the front office, and then I decided to go through dental assisting school, and then I pursued dental hygiene after that, and then I got married. So dentistry to be a dentist was actually, something it was a thought for a little bit, and then I got married and everything gets.
Hey, it's not out of the picture. My mother went back to school. She was a dental hygienist. I was as well. I think my story same. I was an assistant, and then I was a hygienist, and I practiced hygiene for a couple of years, and then I went to dental school. And my mom, the same. And my mom went back to dental school after having the three of us kiddos. We were 11 and 13. So she was in her 40s when she graduated. Yeah, from Tufts.
Wow.
So, I mean, I think if the dream is there, you can accomplish anything.
Right.
If, like I said, it's in you. Certainly for me, I think with hygiene, I think it's also rewarding, and I love dental hygiene. And my gosh, I tell everybody, career-wise, if somebody doesn't know their path, I'm become a dental hygienist. It's so you know, it's so rewarding and you do well and the hours, I mean, it's just fantastic, I think, all around. But for me, creatively, like you, I did art too, all through my
Okay.
childhood. Like I was the one with my big pad watching Channel 2, because that ages me, right? Like we had the big tube TV, and I'd get up when I was little and like sketch when the guy would do the drawing, and I would sketch with him on the television. And I loved it. So I think dentistry or becoming a dentist, like for me, hygiene like wasn't enough creatively. I had to, you know, I wanted to like build the teeth and the cusps and put the grooves in and do all the other things.
Yeah.
But you know, but like I said, it's where you're at and what you're feeling and the lifestyle you want and all of that at the end of the day. Really.
Yes. And dental hygiene, as a mother, and now being able to start this little art adventure. My sweet tooth page actually is fun, and I'm excited to do this podcast with you because it's going to be a year old next month. Yeah, so I'm so excited.
Congratulations.
I'm so excited and so blessed to have started this, to see how it's grown and what it's turned out to be. And but the flexibility as a dental hygienist, as a mom, has been a big blessing.
Yeah.
It really has. So, you know, before my children were born, I was able to work full time, and then I decided, okay, I will work part time while they're little.
So how many days do you work, and how old are your kiddos?
I work 2 days, and then my son the oldest is 8, and I have a 5-year-old. So.
Oh, that's awesome. In 2 days, that's sweet. So that's a sweet spot for sure.
Yeah.
That's good. I do, 3 dental, but I'm always so busy with other things, but I'm like 2 is good when your hands are in the mouth, because you know it's hard work. It's a lot. It's a lot. And not our bodies too.
Dental hygiene is a lot. I can't imagine for dentists how much more, you know.
Well, especially right now. I was like, right now it's a whole different thing.
Oh yes. Oh my goodness. COVID definitely it's challenged us, but also has helped us see what we are made out of, I guess, and bring the best out of us. And it's something that you work out every day to wake up and see the good, you know. You have to get creative too, like, I'm gonna make today fun, you know, even though it's limited. So how are we gonna do this?
Well, did you feel like the quarantine time, because that's when I feel like you really bloomed. Like I think quarantine was an absolute gift for me. I was able to grow in other places that I wouldn't have been able to if I were in the mouth and practicing dentistry. You know, and as far as bringing creative out. So like, did you find that time really allowed you to step in? Because I felt like that's when your artwork exploded.
Yeah, I had a lot of time.
Yeah.
So I was able to post a picture every day or paint every day, do something every day. I noticed there was a lot of growth during that time. And, you know, as soon as we went back to work and everything started, so it kind of took a little bit of that time. And I would tell my husband every day, I have to do this. I have to post. I have to draw every day. So,
I know.
and it's so, you know, relaxing for me when I'm doing it. So fun. And, you know, okay, how can I challenge myself with this little sweet tooth, you know? So.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Do you have plans to, like, because I was looking at your Instagram bio, like do a little website for it, like where people can find your artwork? Like, how are people finding you to purchase? I know that you've done, like with the dental hygienist, I love her. You've done some like, not giveaway, like networking. You've been doing some things, right? Like with some other people.
So I had the opportunity to work with a Forward Floss. They're a new floss company. They're really cool. And I did a little art, something really small, but I did a little art for them. I actually have it right here. I don't know if I could just show you quickly, but so on their little floss box, I drew a little sweet tooth on here.
Yeah, that's so cute.
This company is so sweet. They forward from your purchase, you know, and they give away, and you should try their floss. It's charcoal activated. So I love it.
I haven't seen them yet. I'm going to look them up. I have not seen them yet. So, are they relatively new?
Yes, they are. They're new. And personally, myself as a hygienist, and just for my personal use, I love their product. It's the charcoal activated. It helps keep the teeth white. And so I did a little art with them, and I'm hoping to be able to work with them. Earlier, my brother is an actual artist.
Okay, I saw him. I was going to say, I saw his string art he made for you, which was amazing.
Yes, he made a string art for me. And so it's fun because we challenge each other. And then he created the piece of art for Coco Floss. So together, I kind of said, hey, how about I like to see his side of art as well. It's different from mine, so it's fun. It's like he originally was going to be a dentist, so I was hoping to be his dental hygienist. That was the goal, but he decided to pursue art.
Oh my gosh, wait, so go back. So you ended up liking science, being put in a dental office. Like, how did he, what did he get into before? Was like how would he have thought he wanted to do dentistry, or teeth?
So, because I told him to.
I was wondering.
So always like, look, we're gonna work together and we're gonna love it. And he did. He has a love for science, and you can see it in his artwork. He attended in La Sierra University, sister school to Loma Linda here in California. I'm not sure if you're familiar.
Wow.
So originally that was his plan, is to go to Loma Linda, but he started taking philosophy and I don't remember what other classes that started pursuing him, and he decided to go for art. So, and we're like, no. So now he has an art gallery in the city of Montclair.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. So funny.
It's fun to work with him.
Yeah, I have a dream, but that's your dream, not his, right?
Yes. My dream was to be his hygienist.
Oh, that would be so
2-hour lunch and Starbucks every day, I would tell him.
Yes. Oh my gosh. You don't want to get into that habit. We have a Starbucks across the street from us, and it is bad. It is bad. I said and we came back from quarantine, I was like, I learned to drink coffee at home. I'm not going to spend the money. I'm not going to be going over there 3 times a day, because you hit that afternoon lull too. And you're like, okay, I'm going to head over. Does anyone else want anything? And then you're buying all these rounds of coffee all day long every day. And I don't even want it, but because it's there in the brand. It's just ridiculous.
You're so lucky. Your office looks like you guys have fun. It's so cute too. I'm like, when I go to Chicago, I'm gonna go visit her.
Yes, definitely come. It is such a fun practice and culture. We do. That's why I was saying your artwork speaks to me too, because I am that life's too short and to have fun. And I've been in so many practices. Have you been in just one practice then? Forever? Or?
No, so this doctor that I am working with right now, I actually started working with her at the age of 22. So I was her dental assistant. Okay. And she's such a sweet doctor. She's basically been a huge support for me through dental hygiene school. She was flexible as a dental assistant with my schedule. And then I graduated. I had to obviously quit and focus on dental hygiene when I got to the program. And when I graduated, she already had a dental hygienist in there, so I couldn't get in. So it gave me a chance to go work other places, but I'm back. So I'm working there with her again. So it's been quite a journey. She's some people, we don't do this journey alone, and you don't know the difference that you make in people's life. Like the first doctor that gave me the opportunity to start by sterilizing, he would have never known what a difference he made in my life. So, I'm a big advocate of doctors. They're amazing. They change so many people's lives, not only in their mouth, but their staff. And sometimes doctors probably don't even realize that. But she's a huge part of who I am. And I tell her that too all the time.
I love that you do that. That's so nice, because it's hard. It's a hard job. And I think there's high stress a lot of times, and it, right? When people come in and they don't necessarily, people love you, people don't necessarily love us, but it's hard sometimes. And I think, as much as we are so appreciative, I'm so incredibly grateful. I think all of us are so grateful for one another. I don't think it is said enough. The support systems I think could bring, and that's why with our morning huddles, I make sure when we close, it's to find something positive and great to say about someone else. Because we couldn't do it alone, like you said. Yes. Oh gosh. Yes. That is your home away from home. That is your dental family. And that is why I say all the time, if you are not feeling it, then fly. You know what I mean? I would support that completely, because it doesn't mean every office isn't going to be the right fit for somebody, and you've got to keep moving until you find someone that someplace that you love and where you're a good fit, and
it's true.
all that
so
to grow with them. So I mean, that's fantastic. And the fact that you were able to go back, and like I said, and then she had the spot open, and now you're with her again, and you're a lifer as long as it works out, you know.
Right. And there's a big change from the time that I was 23 to working with her now. It's different. So, you know, life teaches you every day something new, you know. So you grow together, and it would be a really beautiful story to be able to, as she gets closer to retirement, to be able to end that story with her. It's just life can be really beautiful. There's always a beautiful story there, and I honestly appreciate, because of her, it's a big part of who I am, and that's what we're here for each other. We're here for each other. Nobody does this journey alone. So, and to be a blessing to someone else, it's so important. You know, you want to end your life knowing that you were able to make a difference in someone else's life. So
I love you. you're so, it's like, so I get it. I hear you 100. Is the dentist that you work for older? Is she like looking to retire, or is she like,
she's in her 50s, so I mean, she's
got a ways.
Not that old, but she's older, and I mean, I'm not sure if she wants to retire in her 60s. When I did graduate from dental hygiene, I did get to work with a doctor, and he was in his late 70s. Yeah, reaching 80s, he refuses to retire.
Dentists
it was amazing.
Retire.
He was so laid back, 2-hour lunches, and who would not love this, But it was fun, and I loved the fact that he loved dentistry, and it was fun. So, even I didn't go with her name's Dr. C. I didn't work with her right away, but I got to meet other doctors, during that journey. Yeah. And it was nice.
Doctors don't ever retire. I was talking, my mom, if she hadn't developed the Alzheimer's and all, she would have worked, oh my God, easily to like the end. I mean, 100. But I talked to a dentist yesterday, and the struggle was real with him because like he's coming out, he wants to do all these things, and his dad is 85 and still in the practice, and doing things like, he was like, he hasn't even taken an FMX in like years, and but he loves it so much, but he kind of wants to give it away. And here we are in this world with, especially even post-COVID, I mean, the expenses are ginorm, with all the disposable like lab coats and all this stuff. But, he wants to step in, and he's feeling like squished by his, by his dad, and wanting to do things differently. And I was like, well, the good news is that your dad, that people in the practice respect. It's not like you're coming in as a new doc where they're like, okay, whatever. You are his blood, and you're bringing the new to like the old, and I'm sure they'll love that too and embrace it. But he's like, I wish he'd just retire. Like, doesn't sound like he's going anywhere.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, I had a doctor too that I work with. It was a father and daughter, and that was fun too. I learned a lot from both of them, and that dynamic. You have the daughter who took after the dad and taking over the practice. So it was fun to watch and be part of that journey. That was a really nice experience as well. But Dr. C has definitely be something that's been imprinted in my life. So I hope, that we'll see where this goes with her. And I've been showing her some of my art, so I'm hoping to create something for her office as well.
Oh, I love it. I know I was going to say with your artwork, I'm going to have to get, let's circle back to that, because so when I see a piece I love the pink, like with the smiley face, I Sugar Fix is all smiley face city. I love smiles. So like anytime I see that and it's pink, and like, I love that. It's bubblegum pink, like even better. So, but how would I how do we find it to purchase?
So far right now, I kind of just started sharing a little bit. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start painting, and I actually meant to bring it in. I didn't bring it. My original Sweet Tooth is from 2011. As soon as I graduated from dental hygiene, I'm waiting to take, a couple exams, and so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start painting, and I paint one original Sweet Tooth, and that's it. I never painted again. I had to, start working children. And so then I decided to start doing it again. And so I just started sharing it, and people started buying it, and I'm hoping to, eventually do more. I'm not sure what that looks like. I've been thinking, maybe, doing a website or see where I would take this. But I'm like, okay, let me just paint and share my art. And I personally myself, I like street art, you know.
Yeah.
It's a little edgy, but
Yeah.
it's fun. The colors are fun and it pops. And so I'm thinking, how can I combine dentistry and street art? I'm not a street artist, but I love the look. So I started to play with spray paints, and that's what I did during COVID. I ordered myself a box of spray paints and started playing with the different media and teaching myself, and it's been fun.
It's
It's been a
awesome.
lot of fun.
Yeah.
So whatever I post so far, I mean, people could just DM me, and then we can discuss and kind of go from there.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we've got to get you a business, girl, like get it up and going. You can just like tap on and it's like whatever it is, and then when it's gone, it's sold, and then you move on, like, you know, like a pop-up, because obviously you can't create. I mean, as a creative, you can only create, it's like one of a kind where you you know what I mean? So they'll move quickly, but some speak to others. I love obviously all of your artwork, but there's some pieces that you've had that have just like absolutely like resonated with me, and I think they're so fun to bring in to an office. And personally, again, this is me, you know, where some dentists love pictures of like real smiles on the wall and people like that. That's not me. We were each like, that's what makes us all so individual, but like I would totally showcase your art in my practice, you know?
Yeah, I know my art is different. I know it's not, you know, I do want to do a serious art. I want to do one piece series and get it out of my way. Be like, I could paint, you know, something more realistic. I choose to be fun and maybe a little more in the illustration, you know. And I understand there's art for everyone. And so with the pink and all that, I just think it also will brighten if someone walks by, even if it's just a random kind of like popping for like, oh, you know, and colors do so much for a person. Even when I'm painting, I could just feel my whole mood change depending on the colors that I'm using. So but those are my favorite colors. I think they're my to go to, pinks and blues and purples and
those are that you can pull them out as, I mean, that's definitely like your logo and all of your colors for sure. Have your kids started painting with you?
I'm sorry?
Have your kids started painting with you?
They do. And it's a love and hate relationship when it comes to that, because I'm like, it's mommy's a low day, you know, like they see me pick up, I want to paint. It's like, so we'll have paint days, and then I'm like, okay, mommy needs to. And it's fun to see their creative side come out as well. It's pretty interesting. My 5-year-old has shocked me with a few pieces, and I'm sitting going, oh. So I said to my brother, I'm like, look, we have another artist.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing, because I think we all, you know, I certainly have. Every time I've been to Target, I buy more markers. We probably have 20,000 markers at home because I want to encourage the kids, the color and to draw our stuff in. The closest I get is the kids, Paige had a play date yesterday. Thank gosh, like the first play date finally, oh my gosh. And the kids were off the iPad and she was so happy. It turned into a sleepover, but she came running up and like, we were cleaning the house and getting things organized, and they both had yellow legs. And I'm like, okay, what is that? And they're like, it's paint. And they had painted their legs like all yellow paint. I'm like, okay, stay calm. I'm like, that's washable paint, right? Like number one. And number two, I'm like, don't touch anything. You know, it's like, get up to the bathtub, because you want them to be creative and fun. But unless you set the stage with all the plastic and all the things when it comes to paint, that's why I'm like, stick with markers, kids. You know, the Crayola washables work for me.
Yeah. I totally understand, because they're painting and it's going everywhere. Or I think their piece looks amazing. And I'm like, don't touch it, it's good. And they just want to keep going. And I'm like, okay, I got to let them express themselves.
And then it becomes like all covered. Yeah, totally. I know, but it's nice then when you showcase it, if you put it up like on a wall and they feel so proud. And you know, it's nice. I just think that kids aren't, I don't know, it's like devices, they're just not dialed. Well, they're dialed into devices now. So their creative is kind of getting snuffed out a little. They'll be like, well, mommy, I'm drawing like on the computer, which will be, it's just not, we know it's not the same you know, as picking up a pencil, a sharp pencil, you know, or, you know, a paintbrush or whatever. Cause I see the creativity in my kids too. And I see they have the skills and they've done amazing art when I've like kind of forced them to sit down, like make a card for grandpa, you're not going anywhere else, or like have to bribe them, which is unfortunate at their ages, which like I said, I have an 8-year-old too, you know, so I get it. It's harder these days because they all like have ADD, I swear, you know, with the world of devices and games. That's where they play with their friends. So
it's funny that you bring up art on the computer. People have asked me if I wanted to do digital art, and I bought an iPad, and I said, okay, I'm gonna try it. I just cannot get myself
Yep.
There's something about, like you said, picking up a
Yes.
sharp color pencil, markers, and the organic, I think I like. I'm not going to say I'm not going to do it. I probably will dabble in a little bit. I don't know that I like the click, delete, and drag it. I feel like,
well, the Apple Pen, I mean, I bought an iPad Pro for that. I have 2 Pros, and the app, it just, I agree with you. It's not, it is, I thought too, I could do things quickly. And I also thought I would make like my documents colorful, like circles and things. And I'm like, I just haven't used it. Like, I'd rather use a real highlighter or, you know, like I said, a marker or whatever. I mean, again, that ages me. I like things printed and I like to mark them up. Versus on a computer, although I love the idea of working solely on a computer and having everything there. You know?
No,
so,
I understand. I've been thinking, okay, maybe I should try it, and I just keep picking up that sketch pen and going at it with it. And everybody, your art will look so much different digitally. I'm like, I like the way my art looks. I'm like,
yes,
it's a look.
It is a look. You can't get a spray paint like, well, you might be able to if you got really creative, but it's just, it's not the same. I really struggled even in dentistry with the CERAC forever. Like, I struggled hard because I was like, no, I'm not gonna have a computer generate my like a tooth. You know, it's like taking away everything that I've worked so hard for to create like the most perfect cusps and everything else. You know, and at the end of the day, like, finally, fast forward, I wouldn't do anything else because, like I said, the strength and integrity, the marginal integrity, everything, but like it customizes it perfectly as a computer with the CAD, you know, but it's taken from dentistry a lot. And I'm sure architects out there too, that used to love to sketch homes and things, are now like, computers have stepped in and are doing that work, which is hard. I mean, it's nice. It's helpful, I suppose, that it's supposed to help us, but it's like snuffing out that part, the creative part.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's something that I kind of
muscle, you know.
Like about my art is that it's all handmade, and I've been creating these pieces, hoping to keep one for myself, but you know, it's a blessing. I've been able to sell all of them so far. I think I only have 3 left right now from like 13 that I've created. Paintings, right? Because I've sketched a lot. I post my sketching. So originally with my sketches, I started printing them out. I don't know that I have any. Well, I have this is one of the paintings, but I framed one of my, I don't know if you can see here, one of my prints. So I started printing them out. I thought they were cute also to have around the dental office, to be able to have a print somewhere, you know, be able to use them as decor or gifts for patients or, you know, something, I don't know, just something fun. That's something that I do want to do with a lot of my prints. I kind of, since the whole COVID, I kind of held back on the prints, so then I started focusing more on paintings. But once you frame an actual painting, it just brings it even. So my original Sweet Tooth, when you frame it, it just gives it a whole different look as well. So I'm like, okay, this one I'm going to keep for myself, and then I end up selling them. So, which I like, and I have no problem because I created it. I like it so much that I created it for myself, and then it's nice to know that somebody really enjoys it that way. But I'm hoping to be able to keep one and then frame it and be able to show everyone what it looks like framed, you know?
Yeah, I know they've been flying like hotcakes. If that pink one's available behind you, I'm going to buy it. So all of you out there can't, because this is a podcast, you have to check out her page to see her amazing artwork. So like my eyeballs, she's got the most beautiful setting right now with like her prints up behind her, and there's like one that keeps screaming at me. I know you placed it there like perfectly because it is beyond like a sugar fix photo, because it's pink and it's got this smiley face and it's got like this fun, like, is that spray paint like on it too?
Yes, it's spray paint. So this one,
I love it.
You know, I know everything's getting a little difficult, so I decided to do something like, hey, you know, don't worry, be happy.
Be happy. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I decided to do acrylic and then kind of spray paint it a little. And I want to actually be able to create like a set, like something like this, and then maybe smile on the side and just cute things that you could pair together and fun. And but it also has spray paint on here.
I do think, which makes it super creative. And I love a good canvas print, like love. And I have many in my office. I also, though, to your point, which we were saying earlier, I don't know if you've ever seen in my practice, there's a wall of, like over my girls' desks, there's a art wall, but like, so you could, that's an amazing idea. And that's what a lot of people have done with Etsy shops or whatever. It's like kind of mass produce like the one thing, like that gold tooth behind you is like making it on, actually, well, I know you can see, people can't see them, but like see up here too. You know, so at my office, it's kind of the same, but that way you could have, if you take your original artwork, but somebody produces the graphic, and then you can sell multiple versions of it. It's still your artwork, and then people can frame it, and it looks so cute. And then like for me, if I buy multiple of them, you can put them up on a wall, like all together.
Right.
Or mix
Yeah,
and
I
match.
thought about doing prints, because even though, like, let's say I try to recreate this one,
yeah,
it's not gonna turn out the same. No matter, I want to redo the heart one, the one original one.
Yes,
I've been
love
wanting
that.
to work on something like that. It's gonna be different. I'm gonna use different colors, but I know it's not gonna be like and it's an original for a reason. Even as much as you want to recreate that original, I think it's ever possible. But,
of course, which is why people buy artwork, right? And why they love it so much, and why they'll pay for it, is because it's an original. It's perfect. Right. And I think any of you or all of you that have artwork from her too should be taking photos of it and shouting it out on Instagram. And tagging you to, like I said, just put it out there. I mean, the beauty in that is you get to decide how many you want to do. I mean, obviously you don't want to get to a point where you're burnt out and not loving it anymore. So you have to find a fine line of what you can do, but then you should just charge more for your prints and do less. And
Right. Well, yeah, that's another thing I was thinking. Okay, maybe I should start, making prints before. Yeah. I know they're selling, and that's a good thing, but I'm like, I want that one. I do get a few messages where like, I want that one. I'm like, it's sold. Hopefully it's a good problem, but
it is. But it's also, it can become a hard problem too if people start to, from a business point, start to want to customize as much as you would want to customize for things. Like I did that for a really long time too, and I wanted to do that for people, but it was so hard, and it just got really exhausting, and that's why, like, when you think about having a business, I mean, having a business ultimately is super creative and it's from the heart, but you also want to scale at some point. I mean, you've got a family and you have another job and you're doing the things. So doing the, like you were saying, the prints will be a good way and opportunity to do that. And then have your few selective canvas artwork pieces, like I said, just increase the fees on them and they'll be super special and people will have one of a kind.
Yes. That's the goal. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, it's been like you said, I love it. And every day that I paint, I want to paint it because I'm enjoying it, not because I feel like I have to.
Right, you're feeling it.
And it's just been such a fun outlet as well.
That's awesome. I love it. Well, if that one's not reserved behind you, I'm going to DM you and tell you I want the pink one. And then I'll show you all of you following the Dental Diaries podcast. I will be posting it on my story. So I can show everybody which one it is. Oh, you know what? I'm going to screenshot it and put it on my story or on my grid or something.
I don't know if you can see. So the ones that I have left is that one. And then so this was a fun
cute.
I kind of just, it was, I had a vision and then I just went totally it just took off on its own and I kind of had to go with it, and it's fun and it's weird because when I started painting, this is not what I had in mind and it just kind of created on its own. So, like the whole flowers, and as I'm painting, these things are coming to me and I'm just going with it. And then I finished and I was like, wow, like this is not what I thought I was going to paint, but I like it, so they're fun. And then this one's a mixed media with Sharpies, so it's acrylic and Sharpies, and
it's a tooth with smiles and hearts all over it, since people can't see it, and a bow on her tooth, which is like a staple for all of her teeth. Have like a lot of them have bows on them, so they're super little feminine girly, like cute teeth, and then the smile and the hearts in the background, and then the mixed media was so cool too. I was going to ask you that because you have the coolest like where the vision comes from or the idea, because some of your, the ones with the champagne and then like Christmas or Halloween, like your ideas are so cute, like for your teeth. Like where do you sit and think about it, or do you just put the pen to paper?
Can you see me? Sorry, I think
can.
You could or you can't?
I can see you. Yep.
Oh, I can't see you.
Oh, no, fine.
So, I mean, I don't know, I'll see something that will inspire me and then I just keep drawing from there, and I'll go outside or I'll see even a kid's toy and I'm like, oh, I can make this into a sweet tooth, and I kind of get motivated through that. So it's been fun. I mean, it's fun to get inspired and be able to think, where can I take this sweet tooth to?
Right. Yeah, no, it's like absolutely amazing. Like everything you're doing. I mean, keep up the amazing. Certainly everybody is following, and I see if you're not following, follow. Where, how do people find you? Like, I know your Instagram handle, but you want to shout it out? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. At sweet2_by Luna. And that's how you can find a lot of my fun dentistry and art together, and and it's just to have fun and enjoy.
All right. Our reception is getting a little bit funky. So if you, I on my end, I know she doesn't sound that clear. So her handle is sweet_tooth by Luna. So you definitely want to follow along. Follow her on Instagram for like all of her latest amazing artwork, what she's up to, and then like I said, hopefully we'll all see a little store soon, or like I said, just be following along, because I think you're absolutely brilliant. It's amazing what you're doing. I'm so excited that I found you, and that your artwork is like, being spread. All of the love and the happy is being spread everywhere, and coming into practices and homes and things like that. So keep up the good. Can you hear me now still?
I can hear you. It is sounding a little like it's breaking up, but I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it, and it was fun. I was excited to be able to share a little piece of my world with you.
Yay! All right. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here.